To your what?
Our Blackboard.
What do you mean?
The fashion accessories design illustration Blackboard page. I've been posting announcements. It was looking really, really great. And then, so I was going through it yesterday or day before yesterday, and like some of the videos weren't showing up. So I'm just reapplying them.
Oh.
Well, it's just one. I'm just doing it now.
I've been going on your YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is the better one. But there's one here. Week 5. Yeah, well, I guess that's better. Hey, morning, Steve and Michaela.
Good morning.
Okay, so Steve and Michaela.
Today is, if we have anything else to turn in, today's the last day.
Yep, because I'm going to be doing that this evening and putting in those midterm grades.
Okay.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you. Jacob, and so we got Jacob, Cameron. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice shirt, Cam.
What's that, man?
Just said nice shirt, Cam.
Oh yeah, sweet. Sweet, bro, sweet. Cool. Kayla. Hey, Camille. So we're just about full. I'll run through the agenda in just a sec today. So weird because in the last 3 weeks, like half the class is not even showing up. Do you know why? Does anyone know why that's happening?
I think classes are probably just getting crazy with midterms.
So do you guys have like midterm final type stuff?
Yeah, we had to do five pieces, our 5-piece collection prototypes. That's what all the fashion students have been kind of going crazy doing the last like week or two.
When is it due?
It was due yesterday.
So, oh wow. So everyone's like pretty exhausted after that, I assume.
Yeah.
Did you guys get your prototypes out nicely?
Yeah, everyone got them done.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Lauren. I guess that's Lauren. Yep. All right then. Went to sleep a little bit late last night. Not too bad though, but a little bit sleepy. Not too bad. I have to use the magic potion, white monster. Okay. Nikki, all right. No Nikki for now. Because what I wanted to do, because I sent you a few emails yesterday about who just came in, about like how I was grading and some stuff, and I just wanted to kind of clarify that and review a little bit of your homework, not much, but like Steve, I think you weren't here last week. I mean, were you here? I don't think so. On Tuesday. And so I just wanted to go through what I was trying to say in the emails. Greg's not here. Jana, are you here yet?
Hi.
Jana, hey Jana. Present. Okay. Excuse absence. And Anthony, are you here? No. All right. Okay, then. I think we're all good. No Nikki, no Monica. Jemiah? Is Jemiah here? No Jemiah. All right, we're good. So let me check out. Let me check out the email that I sent to the class. Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, I sent one email, and it was there's something wrong with the Blackboard, and the videos were not showing up. I was really proud of that Blackboard because I normally don't use Blackboard much, but since this is the COVID times and everyone's online, then who just came in? Oh, Nikki. So, I had to populate the Blackboard really well. And so I put in all the sketches and all the videos. It was looking really good, but then for some reason, the YouTube video links weren't working. So I hope, if it's not working on the Blackboard, I hope you're going to the actual YouTube channel. So there, I've got my visual communication for product design on there, but it's combined with the with fashion accessories. So it's kind of interesting to see some of those both videos from fashion and also from product design. So Nikki just came in. Let me just put her in. Oh no, not Nikki. Who was it? Nikki, you are here, aren't you? Oh, Nikki, yes, there you are. Nikki is present, and no Jemiah though. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're good. All right, that's one thing. So yeah, go to the channel. You guys have links for it. So what I've done is I've hidden the homework ones on the channel, but I should have sent you links so you can go. It's those the ones that happen on Tuesday. I put them as unlisted, so random people can't see it. The only people that can see those videos are you guys, because I send a link to you, and you're the only ones that can see it. And the other ones on my Thursdays, they're open to see. Just about anyone can see it, but I don't put any tags. It's going to be hard to find if anyone looks for it. All right, so that's my Blackboard issue, which I was fixing this morning. That one. Okay, what's the other email? YouTube links. Call for missing homework. So today's the day, because I'm going to my last class today finishes at 3:30. So I'm going to start putting in all the midterm grades about 3:30 this afternoon. 3:30, 4 o'clock. Okay, homework and stuff. Okay, so I noticed that you guys were like copying basically some bags and stuff. And that was our first 2 weeks of homework, just to copy these bags. And now we're in 6 weeks. There's no way that we should be copying bags directly. And also shoes as well. Yes, you can trace the shoes. And I totally encourage tracing shoes or bag proportions, but not tracing the whole thing. And you have to significantly change the design, because this is a design class. So you can't just copy something directly. And even though the sketch might be nice, which is great, that was like 6 weeks ago when we were doing that direct copy. You have to change the bag dramatically. The only reason I was saying in those first 2 weeks is to really copy the bags, really copy the shoes as is to learn how they're made and just to practice that. But now that we're into the class now, that's old news. We don't copy those bags anymore. Get the proportions, yes. Take a few little pieces, take some inspiration, but no copying. So I definitely marked you down for that, because that was like 6 weeks ago. So no more copying bags and shoes directly. If you do, change it. Just get the silhouette so you get the proportions. Jack up the sole or something. Change the whole design inside. So that was really my point that I wanted to get across. Okay, Now, some of you weren't here on Tuesday, so I just wanted to run through that homework just a little bit, and then I'm going to do a demonstration. And maybe I do a demonstration of somebody's work, but let's just go back because I didn't want to write an email to everyone. I just don't have time to write everyone an email. So let's go check this stuff out. So Steve. Now Steve, I think you were here last on Thursday. I think I could check the absentee thing, but the thing is, okay, this is your submission, and I appreciate you going into some digital. That's really cool, bonus. But if you need to listen to what my assignments are, because if we go back, so I'm gonna go back to the YouTube channel. Let's just have a quick look at. So this is fashion accessories. This was last week's thing. Digital soul sketch. Oh, Viscom product. No, this is product design. I don't think I did that for product design. This should be Viscom. Let's just have a look, just to make sure. Yeah, this is.
Have you tried Procreate yet?
All right, so this is actually fashion accessories design, isn't it? So anyway, let's just have a quick. So yeah, blah blah blah. So what are we doing here? Oh no, this is. All right, this is product design.
Look.
I wonder why it has that shoe though. Soul sketch. Let's just check this one out. I might have mislabeled them.
Let's see who else.
This looks exactly the same. I uploaded. Okay, my bad. I uploaded the wrong video. So, but in class, Steve, you were in class, and what I was working on this soul stuff. I was working on. Let's go to. Let me share my screen so you know what I'm looking at. My bad. Please tell me. I forget to share the screen sometimes. So okay, desktop. Share. Okay, let's go have a look at the blackboard. Okay, blackboard. So in fashion accessories design, we did the soul, right? And so what I was asking you guys to do for class, for homework, was do a nice soul design. Remember, I did all of this. I did a thumbnail, and then I went into it like a little bit crispier, and then I just went in digital. And the homework assignment was to do a soul because you guys haven't done any souls yet, or not many of you at least. I think Lauren has, maybe another person, and that was the specific requirement. So Steve, and you didn't do any souls. You're just kind of still doing this thing, which is part of your fashion and pretty nice as well. And you started to get into souls, but I wanted you to get into some crispy souls, you know, some crispy stuff and get in there, but you kind of didn't. And this is just like a standard shoe, like a caterpillar, or what are they? You know, so there was no innovation in there that I could see. And so, Steve, what is this shoe? If you don't mind telling me.
That is pretty much like a Nike shoe. I have no clue what it's even called.
Right. Okay. So, you know, and I thought that much as well. So, because I recognized the shape. So that was, you know, basically copying a shoe, which is not going to work. And this is the same. This looks like your own design though on the sole, isn't it? On this Timberland.
Wait, I'm sorry, you broke up. What did you say?
I said this sole is your own design on the Timberland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you know, it's just a Timberland side view. You don't need to render all that. There's no point in rendering it because it's not like an original design. And same with this one. So it's just a waste of time. Is this an existing shoe? This one, I kind of recognize it from something. or is this your own design?
There's one on the fashion floor that somewhat looks like that. So I kind of just stole the idea of what they did. This heel is not online.
Okay. So from now on, if you're using shoe reference, show me the shoe that you reference. And besides, actually, this is a major thing in industry. So they in industry, they totally accept that you use shoe as an underlay to get proportions. But then they also ask you to show the picture of that shoe, because that when they see a picture of the shoe that you're referencing, then they know what kind of last it is. The prototypers, they like, okay, I know that shoe, I know that last, that's 36D, whatever it is. And so they know the last, and so they'll find the last that meets that production shoe. Then they have a good base. So, and then they can start applying your design to the last. So it's important to put in the shoe reference that you're using for the drawing. So in the future, definitely put that in. So I don't know if you need to make a note of that. So Steve, okay. So who wasn't here on Tuesday for the homework review? Anthony, were you here? I don't remember. Let's see. What was this? You were here? So we reviewed your homework, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Steve, Anthony, Jana, are you here, Jana? Jana.
Yeah, my internet cut off last class.
Oh, did we
So
review?
no.
Okay. So that was 15, that was the 13th, 10, 13. And let's just go. Can you put all of your drawings into one PDF, please? It makes it a lot easier. I think I've
Okay.
asked that before. Okay. So these aren't your own designs, are they?
No.
Okay, exactly. So I don't know why you would do that, because I didn't ask to do that. I asked for souls. So let's just go through here, see if you hit that. I mean, I just totally blatantly saw this. I was like, purse feet. Those are, I've been to China, I've been to Hong Kong where you buy this stuff. This is so off the shelf, and I know what you did. And it's good practice, but don't give it to me for homework.
Mm-hmm.
These are just blatant off the shelf. You buy these things, and there's like 1,000 stores that have this stuff. And I can see, yes, it was an internet photograph. I could see, because I know you wouldn't have gotten the ellipses so well. So I could see that. And I don't know why you, okay, it would be good practice, but you don't need to give it to me for homework. That's for your own practice. Because we were doing that last week, the few weeks before. And so it was just like, yeah, okay, that's like, isn't that, yeah. So I can't really grade this because it's not, there's no design in here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else's design. So, okay. So I'm not even gonna review it. By the way, I do like your sketching style. I like this very loose style. So this is great, but just change it, please. Change the design. But I'm sure you learned something from that, so that's good. Okay, so that's Jana. I don't even need to go through them now. Now who else? Jana, Greg, were you here? Oh, no, Greg, of course he's not, because he's Cameron. Cameron, did we go over your stuff?
No, I didn't turn it in yet.
Okay. Jemiah is not here yet, or she's not here, so all right, Jemiah, let's just have a look anyway. 10, 13. So what was the deal with this one? Okay, with Jana, I hope you watched the video. No, this is Jemiah. Sorry, Jemiah, my bad, Jemiah. Well, anyway, so great drawings, but this is a very classic bag. And even though the drawings were cool, I penalized her for just rehashing. I mean, I do like these bags. The drawings are way improved, but had this have been done 6 weeks ago, imagine what should be coming up now. So nice, totally nice sketch. 6 weeks ago, yes, ma'am, totally cool. And then by now she'd be rocking. So Jemiah, hope you watched the video. Okay, Jemiah, Nikki, you were here, I remember. I think you were here on Tuesday, weren't you? Yeah, Nikki. So just a week 6, and I don't think there was any issues. Yeah, that's right, because we did this stuff. Okay, and that was fun. I like that. So you were good. So Nikki's good. Nikki, Michaela, you were here as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we already went over mine.
Yeah, okay. And Camille, did we hit you last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay then. Jade, she's not here. Lauren, you were missing. So I'm just gonna go over your stuff.
Okay.
So, okay, Lauren, listen. We were doing the shoes, and I instantly saw Lauren. I saw your first page, and I was like, well, you basically did what I did in the class as a demonstration. I could see you got in there with some tight lines inside here, drew it out nicely. So, spot on. So, Lauren gets a great grade for like following instructions and doing all the stuff that I've been talking about for 6 weeks. Little thumbnails, pretty much what I did. I did a big ass thumbnail, but it doesn't matter. Little thumbnails, she's exploring. So very well done. This is all manual, Lauren. I can see that, so great. And then another sole. So she did multiple soles, which is exactly what I was pretty much asking for. In fact, she went beyond. So you went beyond, Lauren. All manual, cool. We're moving into digital, by the way, now.
Yeah, I know. I still have to do one of those.
I know, and so I'm not, and it's kind of a new thing, and I haven't even gotten permission from Aki yet. But we'll do a little bit of both, a little bit of digital, a little bit of manual. How I like to do it is I like to draw with a ballpoint pen or whatever pen, and then I take it in and digitize it. Just like I did with that shoe, that rising sun Japanese symbol. I did the thumbnail really loose, pretty ugly actually, and then I drew it all out with a pencil nicely, and then I took it into digital. So anyway, this is what Lauren is doing. Psychedelic. You're such a freak. So what was your inspiration with this, Lauren? This thing?
That's honestly after topographical, what is it called? Like the topographical patterns. It's like landscapes and mountains.
Topographical maps. Yeah, that's really
Yeah. I've been looking at those for my studio, so honestly, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put it on a sole.
Yeah, definitely. Double, kill two birds with one stone. You're in that mode, so might as well keep on going. I've had to do this before. And so I found some great topographical maps, and I blatantly used it. This is for Jeep. So I looked up, okay, Moab. Moab is a famous place in Utah where it's very outdoorsy, very beautiful, these red rocks and everything. 4x4s go out there, hikers, mountain bikers. It's just a hardcore place. And I knew they would have some good topographical maps. And I guess this is for you, Lauren, and so I looked for topographical maps, and I found a beautiful one, high resolution. The National Geographic Society, they have high resolution maps, and they're free. They're free to no licensing. So you can use it as you wish without paying a license. It's government stuff. And so, so I used this for a Jeep project that I did a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's cool.
It is, and I definitely recommend. You'll find some beauties in there. So I downloaded this. I checked it out. Totally right. It's free, so I could use it. I downloaded it. It's like massive map, really good resolution, just beautiful. It's done in 1928 or something, a long time ago. So it had this old school look, and I used it. I spoke to my Jeep boss, and I said, look, I used a topographical map of Moab, and I said it's from the National Geographic Society or the Geological Society of America, some government thing. I said, look, rights are totally open. I'm using it for this graphic for this Jeep. I'm just letting you know. And he says, and he did a little research. He found the map, found the website. He's like, yep, we're good. We won't get sued for this. So this is good. Just check that out. I'm sorry, Lauren, I can't remember exactly what it is, but you can totally rip it.
Okay.
Yep. And it looks really good. I've tried drawing this topographical stuff, and it's a major pain in the butt. And I know you know it's a pain in the butt because I've been through it, and you're trying it. Okay, anyway, very interesting and nice, very psychedelic. Bags, some freaky bags, cool. Just some thumbnails, nice. You're good at humans. Oh, right, is this a little belly pouch thing?
Yeah. again, that's for another class. So
All right.
I honestly don't like that one, but I don't like the yellow, but it's just
What's your other class that you have to design on this stuff for?
I'm making up for last semester, so I have like a ton more classes than normal. So this one is a bag for essential travel in the airport.
Uh-huh.
Like it's meant to be for like passports and your phone. It's just meant to be a small, like tight bag. So I've just been like sketching that same bag for a while now.
Can I get specific and ask you some questions about technicalities?
Yeah.
Interchangeable ring. So what is this thing you're talking about?
So that was like, yeah, that's why this class is helping me a lot because I don't really know how to do this. But that was just like, I was thinking about what is it, a lobster claw clip? Is that what it's called? Like the lobster claw?
Oh, yeah. To put on your strap, yes.
Yeah, that's what that's for, because I was thinking about this would be a fanny pack and then also a crossbody bag.
Mm-hmm.
It would go to both, so then I was like, oh, we can maybe switch out the hooks, but I don't think they're far enough apart for it to make that much of a difference.
I get it. Very functional. Yeah. So it can be just a fanny pack, or it can be the shoulder jobby, or double. You could have it both.
Yes.
So I think that's a very nice idea. And what is this weird texture pattern stuff?
That's from when I met with my teacher like in the summer, the bag originally was gonna be a biking bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I still had that in my head and I just wanted to like try it, and we talked about using 3D printed pieces / like rubber synthetic materials to put on the back of it to like raise the bag off of the skin, because it was like a biking bag. And then I found that shoe, it looks like a pineapple, but I found that shoe in the top left corner that had that exact like pattern that we were talking about, so I tried to put it on there, but I'm not really completely happy with it, but I was just messing with it.
Okay, totally legit. And then so you're even calling it out. You're saying this is a Nike organic
parametric. Yeah, it's just
so
like the pattern. I don't know exactly how they did it, but it looks like it was almost, it like stretches over the shoe the further you get down the sole. Because in the beginning it was like this diamond pattern, but then it stretches out.
Right. Well, you nicely broke it down. So this is totally good. I mean, she's calling it out. So class, she drew an existing thing, but it's an inspiration for her bag, and she even called it out. It's a Nike whatever it is. So that's totally good. And if I look a little bit deeper into your thinking, Lauren, I can see what you started off with this this kind of square pattern going through, and then you started building it up with layers. Well, not layers, but you start putting on the texture and then I know where you're coming from on that. But anyway, nice little page, little exploration page. And this, so here's a good example of showing construction. Lauren's getting in there and showing like this leather thickness and how the straps work, and just kind of quite tight. Maybe that's her style. And showing how it fits around this human with both the waistband and then the shoulder band. So, very, very nicely executed, just simple pencil sketch, but nicely done. And just you messing around, I guess. All right. I like your shapes are good. Some nice stuff in there. And this is just you being a freak, isn't it?
That's for another class as well. I had to present one of those. I had to present that yesterday. He liked it.
Yeah. Oh, I like it too. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's for a zoology class.
Zoology, right?
That's because I knew I had that bag, and then I had that zoology class. That's why I took this class, because I was like, okay, I need help. But it's for the capital people in the Hunger Games.
Capital people in the what banks?
In the Hunger Games.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that movie. I didn't really like it that much. But hey,
Oh, well, yeah, it's cool.
it is kind of cool, but for some reason I don't know. There's something, but never mind. It doesn't matter. You know, this would be
Yeah.
really cushy, wouldn't it? I mean, okay, maybe it's a
We
hard.
talked about it yesterday. Yeah, it would have to have like a minimal amount of give if that was a realistic heel. Like it wouldn't, if it couldn't be like as squishy as Boost, but if it had enough give where it was at least providing some kind of comfort, because it is a wedge, it's not like a stiletto. So if it had like a tiny amount of give, it's still a little bit more comfortable. But then the same thing is like, okay, I don't want the person to fall over. It's just,
Yeah.
we talked about that yesterday. It was,
No, actually, us as designers, as freelance designers, we can get sued. Okay, let's say I'm doing a project for Nike. Some dude breaks his ankle, and somehow I know Nike should take the responsibility because they do all the testing and stuff. But I have heard from one of my bosses that if you make a bad mistake as a designer, you can also get sued. So Nike will get sued first,
right.
and then Nike will sue me. Honestly, I don't know how it works because I've never been sued before. But anyway, hold on. Let me just say I love this thing right down here, Lauren. This
That's my favorite.
cuff, and just freaky. Here's a straight cuff.
Well, it's meant to like puff up when it moves. Like you pull a little thing and it puffs up.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Well, okay, I didn't realize that. This one's not my favorite, but it's whatever. Anyway, great work. And so, okay, perfect. So let's go back. Let's go way back. Nikki, Lauren, Jacob, are you with us today? I think. Oh, Jacob. Hey, Jacob. Were you here on Tuesday? Let's have a quick refresher.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. So here's another thing. So I said 4 drawings. If you do a kick-ass job, and tight. So let's start, because I think there was something pretty good in here. But so that's just a normal page. This would be like a 7-pager job. Not bad. Not too bad. Okay, let's see what else you got. This is definitely not a 4-pager. This should be a 7-pager. And I asked you to do shoes. So I don't know why I'm not
I thought
clear.
it was bag week. That's why I did bags.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Because the week before that, we did shoes.
Yeah. Well, I understand the logic on that.
It's just because I wasn't in class, so I just wasn't really sure what you wanted.
Right. Okay, fair enough. So I think generally at the end of class, check out the videos, because more towards the end of class, we start a rush a little homework assignment out. So just check out the last 20 minutes of the video if you don't want to watch it. But it's normally in line with what I was kind of demonstrating.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
All right. So, okay. Cool. Oh, well, anyway, sorry, my bad. Let's review, and I'm not going to give you shit about what I asked for and stuff. Cool. Trace the foot, because I know that's not correct. It should be more about like out here. Should be, so, okay, the sole, and this is the medial side, and then I know it's going to kick out a little bit more here. And let's go around. And this is not kicking in so much. This is kind of straightish right in here. So trace those shoes so you can really understand how the shapes work. Missing a lot of stuff like details on this. I mean, for starter, a sole, an outsole, details in here. I don't know, just, very, very, it needs a lot more love. Okay, clear. Let's see what else we got. Hey, can you put all of your drawings into one PDF, please? So it's easier to go through?
Yeah.
Okay, that's much appreciated. I like your color. I mean, I like this gray stuff. That's always very nice. It's just missing some elements. You kind of did it. You tried to do a shadow in there. It's not bad. This is pretty good. But I mean, this is a standard buckle. And I think you need to put some extra love into this. You know, the buckle and some details like that. So this is the top. So the top profile is, so the top profile based off that is very, so okay, let's draw this. So this is your profile, right? Of a top view. So to get that profile, you have to be a little bit stiff, but whatever. So this would be the profile if I were to do a contour line. And so let's just do another one so you really get it. And then the bottom, you would have seen that same profile. This is a theoretical thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay. So, but the drawings are, you know, they're pretty good, but you just need to keep pushing a little bit further, but definitely an improvement and along the lines of what I'm thinking about in terms of, you know, showing construction. So, you know, showing construction, getting a little detail. So, you know, those are good stories, but just get in there a little bit, like put in some details in there and kind of a little, when you're talking about hardware, you have to be a little bit stiff on your drawing. I guess there's some balance with looseness and stiffness, but you have to kind of get, because hardware is hard. And so there is no ambiguity in terms of a soft bag. So it's got to be a little stiff.
Yeah, it's got like the same line weight as the leather.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's go check out another one. But, you know, you're getting there with the technicality stuff.
Yeah, I feel like my drawings from the week before this were almost better because I had more time to work on them.
Right, I understand. Yeah, because you had the midterm stuff. I understand. And these are cool, man. I really dig this. But is this an existing bag?
The shape is I basically just added pockets,
Okay.
switched up the anchors on the handle.
Okay, cool, cool. You know, that's a good start, and I'm fine with this because this is a very nice drawing, and this is the type of drawing. Oops, this is the type of drawing that I would also copy. I would trace this because that would be a hard drawing for me to do. I would totally do this as well, but modify it like you have done. So I'd say pretty well done. And I don't know if I should be critical or really loving it. I half love it, and I'm half critical with your presentation. This stuff up here, it's actually very cool. There's something very cool about it. And so I like that. I like it's nearly as though you're a spy and you're going into like a studio. You broke into a design studio and you took spy shots or something with a spy camera because, you know, just this rawness, and there's something very nice about it and about your style with this kind of gray and black and white kind of dirty look. It's cool. I just want you to crisp up a few places. Imagine with your kind of dirty, and this is not meant to be an insult or a negative, necessarily a negative thing, but you kind of got this dirty style, which can work with you. Wouldn't that be cool if you had this kind of style, but then on the hardware, like here, it was crispy as F, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That could be a really interesting style. So soft stuff's going to be kind of a little rough, but your hardware is stiff. And I would like to. I'm not going to ask you to do that for homework because this is a taste thing. It's up to you. But I can really imagine that. And it'd be very fresh style also.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. And this, you're getting into the technical stuff, but you were under time pressure. But still, you're getting in that technical stuff, and it's looking way nicer, and so very, very cool. Let's just for reference quickly. So that was 13. The previous one. Let's just see what you did for this. Oh yeah, you're getting in there a little bit more, trying to figure out how this stuff works. So that was, yeah, okay. But you improved because I think I was giving you some stick for this. We're putting somehow making it look a little bit better, and I think you did that in your next one.
Yeah, this was the first week when I started shading different.
Right. Oh, and by the way, I like your new shading style. Do you?
Yeah.
Me too. Okay, that's last week. So let's just get out of here. And finally, that's Jacob. Andrew Dems, are you here? No, Andrew. Okay. All right, cool. So this week, I wanted to work on something that's furry, to have a little different style, maybe a little feminine. I don't know, something with a little bit unexpected stuff, because I'm normally doing kind of male-like things. So let's go into my library, my very limited library. And I don't think I've got fur in there, but let's have a look. Because I think Camille or Jana, I think you girls were kind of drawing some furry stuff, and I thought let's try to do some furry stuff. Come on, Bridge. File, new window. CCS, fashion accessories, product, fashion. Do my sketches, shoes and bags. I hope I have a furry thing in here. This is such a cool bag. I love this thing. I would so be inspired by this. Okay, hey, let's just talk about this bag. So I'm gonna cliche out. I'm gonna say think outside the box. No, I'm totally going in the box. I am in the box. With this thing, I say, all right, I'm ripping this thing off, but I'm gonna rip it off in my own way. I am gonna be so in the box. If anyone tells me to jump out of the box, I'll be up yours, man. I am deep in the box. This is a damn box. So, all right, this is obviously a box construction. So what I would do is all right, sometimes if you go to Whole Foods, they have, or a Happy Meal, right? A Happy Meal at McDonald's. They have that box. It's the shape of, it's for kids, whatever. I guess it's the shape of a house, but it's constructed. So I would go to McDonald's, pick up a Happy Meal box, and deconstruct it and see, because, they have these things like this where you fold it together, because the workers in McDonald's, they quickly bust this box together. They just bust it together and fold it together. I would look at that. When you go to Whole Foods, they have these ready kits for dinner. They have the vegetables, they have the all the stuff, the protein in the box, and it's all folded together like this. And I'd look on the internet, and so I would be inspired by this thing, and I blatantly show this. I'd say, hey, this is a badass box. It's a badass bag too. And I would show that to my boss, put that in my thing, no shame at all. I say, this is a bad motherfucker. And then I would have that. And then I say, but I went out, got some boxes, and I took these other box designs and I applied it. So, you should show imagery. And Lauren, you mentioned last time, hey, can I show images of inspiration? Totally. So I think we should start to get into showing images of inspiration. So we know where you're coming from. So we know how it's better constructed. Maybe I can do that. But anyway, sorry, I diverged, because when I saw that bad boy right there, I was like, I forgot about it. I remember. Hey, this is like you. Who is that? Was this? I was just talking with Anthony. No, it wasn't. It was.
No, it was me.
Yeah. Okay, Jacob. See, I have this here because I would totally rip this, but I would change the design. I can't zoom in anymore. My bad. But
Yes.
look, it shows the pocket inside. I'm sorry it's so small, you can barely see it. But this zipper, silver, and then you see this pocket inside, a little tag in there. Top views can be very interesting because it opens up. You don't draw top views normally for bags. You draw front views, a little bit side views, but you don't do top views often. And sometimes it can be great big inspiration and really inform the prototype or what you're thinking. So this bag and this bag are the same bag. And this is such beautiful reference to get that construction. Look at that beautiful piece of hardware. Anyway, and then copy how, so I don't know what this is called, but the zipper is basically overextended heavily. And so that's how this person drew it. That's how I would draw it. Sorry, my bad. Okay, let's see what else. I hope I have something furry. If I don't have something furry, then somebody suggests me a furry shoe, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna modify it. And I don't have anything furry. This is kind of a little bit your style, Steve. A little bit. Nothing furry at all. Shoot. All right, then I'm gonna have to go search the internet, and I was hoping I didn't. Oh, this is a cool soul. And this is so awesome as well. I love this combo. That's right up my alley. and this sucker too. As you know me, I'm a little bit techie and like that type of stuff. And with this cord, I don't have the genius to do that. I wish I was smart to do that. Who knows? Maybe I would. I don't think I would. But this is so techie because it's a sports shoe, sandal, high heel. But look at the technicalities, the shank, the stiffness that keeps your arch of your foot secure in a sport environment. And then this, I love this thing. And then this is like, what is that thing? It's a surfboard holder. And this sole is just, oh man, I love this guy. Whoever it is. Oh man, there's some good stuff here. This is some hardcore hardware. Now that's some hardware. I don't even know how it works, but whatever. That's super dope. Oh man, the side view is so cool. It's just square and just busting out some weird shapes. All right, my bad. Where's the darn furry shoes? Okay, so somebody, let's go onto the internet, and I'm gonna find a furry shoe because my boss has told me. He says, look, the fur, I see it all over the place. The furry house shoes, I don't know if they're house shoes or not. I see them all over Detroit. They're walking along the Riverwalk with these furry house shoes on the street. And my boss says, hey, can you do something with furry house shoes? Because they're really popular right now. So you fashion design people, you know more. What's a cool furry inspired shoe? So fur is in style for me, and I need to do something with fur. That's what my boss told me. I'm making this up, by the way.
Hey, Brooke.
Yeah.
Nike SB did like a Grateful Dead collaboration thing where it's like a Nike SB dunk that has fur on it. I don't know if you want to check that out.
Oh, that sounds intriguing.
That one's sweet.
Yeah.
Nike SB Grateful Dead. So let's.
Yeah, it's that green one you can see right there. They
Oh,
did
okay. There's a whole
colors.
Yep, I see. I'm just gonna. Yep, I'm gonna go there. I just want to see the images to see what colorways. Oh, this is stupid shopping. I accidentally pressed shopping. Oh, look at that. That's more like carpet.
Yeah.
Or that nylon fur. I have that furry jacket. I call it my bear suit. Oh my god. Oh, look at that freaky stuff.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
No kidding. How much are they? $2,000.
Yeah. Nike like dunks. I remember when I used to skate big time back in the day, like you could get SB dunks for like 80, 90 bucks. Now every single pair is like put on StockX and these shoe reselling websites.
Oh, hold on. Wait, what's this thing on the bottom? Oh, that's the insole.
Yeah.
I love that about these sport brands. They hide this stuff. So you don't take your insole out much, but when you do, I've seen one on Puma. I had some shoes and some Puma shoes. I had a lot in it actually. Pulled out the sole, and there's secret stuff all over the place. And I turned it over, and underneath it said, "Buy more products." And little cheeky stuff like that. I was like, "You're blatant about that." And Nike do this all the time. They have little hidden things, which is so cool, especially on their limited edition things. I love that. That's real attention to detail. But anyway, that's a nice furry thing. I was thinking a little bit more. I've done a lot of sports shoes, so I was thinking about doing something a little bit more fashion, if you don't mind. But I really am glad you showed me that because that's very interesting. Hey, I've got a pair of shoes that are worth they were worth 2,000. Back in 2006, Nike was doing this laser etch stuff on leather. They had this one shoe, the whole upper, including a tongue, everything was leather. Actually, this thing is quite an amazing shoe. Okay, this is a sad story. All right, I've got this shoe here. It's effed up. I didn't know that there was going to be a classic. This is one of the most expensive shoes you can buy on eBay as far as collectibles. Limited edition of like 2000. And this was the first shoe where they laser etched. And they got a designer to do all of this very intricate, I know it's messed up, but it's very intricate stuff, laser etched. This whole upper, this whole thing, there's no pieces or anything. This whole piece all the way around here, into here, and into here, it's all one piece of leather, which was quite revolutionary for this type of shoe. Then, okay, the tongue is a separate piece of leather. But so what they did was they had this piece of leather and they laser etched it, and then they, pressure molded it so it, fits a shoe shape. And I bought these shoes in Munich in about 2003, maybe. And these were the dopest shoes ever. I was like, my God, these things are so awesome. I saw them in a magazine, and then Miracle, I was walking around in Munich. Munich is a very upper class city in Germany, super snooty, very wealthy city. Anyway, I was there with my girlfriend at the time and checking out the shoes. I was like, oh my God, I saw those in the magazine, and I saw them. I knew they were rare. Only like 2,500 were made. And I was like, I cannot believe they have them here in Munich. But of course, Munich's snobby, so they're going to get these limited editions. And I bought them, and they were pretty expensive, 200 euros. But I didn't care. I had to have them. And I bought them, and then I wore the crap out of them. And now it's just messed up. So these things are like over 5,000 bucks on eBay, these things, if they're in good condition. But this is not worth anything. However, you can rejuvenate these shoes. There's people who put new soles on. And I guess if I sent them the upper and say, hey, no, send them the shoes, and they refurbish these shoes. And I looked into it. They have a huge backlog. So it takes months to get the shoes back. And some of them don't even get them back. And anyway, I looked into it, and I was going to send them off, refurbish the leather upper, because the upper is actually not so bad. Oil it, do whatever they do to it, and then put a new sole on there. And then maybe it'd be worth a lot. But these things are messed up. I went camping in these things. I just abused them so badly. And then a few years later, I was like, oh no, they're going up in price. They're 500 bucks right now. Oh my God, they're 1,000 bucks. And then they were like the highest price shoes Nike had on eBay. That's a sad story. Furry shoes. Somebody suggest some different furry shoes, please.
Fendi is like known for their fur, so I'm assuming they have a lot of fur shoes.
So Fendi, how do I spell it? F-I-N-D-I?
F-E-N-D-I.
F-E-N-D-I. Fendi shoes.
I'll just look up fur shoes or something.
Okay. Let's just have an overview of these guys, and then I'm going to. I just want to see what their style is, and then I'm going to find some furry ones.
I would search fur shoes because
Furry
they
shoes.
have like a separate
Okay.
line.
Furry shoes. Here we go. That's very short fur. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be experimenting just like you. Yeah, I think I'm going to rip this. I'm going to have to rip it somehow. Let's see. Oh, look at that. All right. They're talking short hair, a lot of it. Okay, I know what to do. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, those are kind of cute. Kind of cute. I love the eyes. I love the hairy eyebrows or hair. I don't know what it is, but they look like kids' shoes nearly. They're so small and like midget type proportions. Okay, cool. I'm inspired. Now I know what I want to do. What I'm going to do is all right, I am going to do a dunk. All right. All right, Jacob. Oh no, that was sorry that God. I'm gonna do that. Anthony, I'm gonna do a dunk, a furry dunk, but not like how they did it. It's just gonna be all big fur. It's gonna be a softer fur. Well, let's look at this. Oh, look at that craziness. Looks like, oh my, I just don't know how people design this. This is a beautiful thing about fashion designers is I can never do that. I have so many filters about practicality that I just couldn't just freak out so well. as successfully as these people. Super cool. Okay, does anyone have a special request? I'm gonna do something furry, or can I do what I want? I'll do what you want. No special requests? All right, then. I'm going 3D. I'm going 3D. I'm going to have fun on this. Okay, I'm taking those furry shoes. I'm getting a new page, and I'm going to go Nike Dunk, and I'm going to go 3D Nike Dunk. But I'm not going to make it a Nike Dunk. It's going to be the proportion of a Nike Dunk. So Nike Dunk. Let's go to images, and I want a 3D image, not the side views. Kind of a little bit like this, but a little more 3D. Come on, baby. This is perfect. And it's got a white background. Awesome. All right, I'm taking this and I'm going to modify it. Now, do you mind if I go digital on this, or shall I go? Yeah, let's go digital. I'm going to show you the tool of how to, so we don't need paper anymore. So I'm going to go straight digital and show you how the whole time-saving process is going to be. It's a little departure from our normal stuff, but I'm going to share my screen now, so bear with me. I'll stop this screen share for a sec. My thing. Oh, iPhone, iPad. Okay, there we go. Okay. New. I need something new. Okay, so here's all my little projects, and so this is how you open up Procreate. New canvas, yes, and I just go default screen size. It's only 132 dpi, so it does kick my ass in the end when I get into the nitty gritty, but it'll be fine for the sketch. Okay, now let's go find that Nike Dunk, because I want those proportions, but I'm going to change it up. And so I'm going to demonstrate. I'm demonstrating to you what I'm talking about as far as taking something and changing it up. Nike Dunk. And images. A little bit more 3D like I found before. I want a little up, a little view, a little bit like this, a little bit, but I went a little bit, I might come back to that. Let's get out of here. I want a little bit more up view. Maybe I go high top, but let's just see. This is what I want. Yes, that's what I want. I'm going to download this. Download image. Great. Okay. I've got a new thing, a new page here. And I'm going to go to right here where I can add something. So this wrench icon is where you do a lot of little things. So like I'm going to add an image. Add, okay, add, insert photo because it's a photo. And it should be in my, it's not there. Insert file. Come on, where's that image? Let's go into here. This is my gallery. Where is it, you beast? Okay, let's go back to the internet, sorry. Don't know where it went. Download image, share image. I might be able to share it directly into Procreate. Nope, it's not allowing me. Sorry, this is a little technical thing. Save to files. All right, save to files. I hope it gives me some options. Procreate. I'm going to just save it into Procreate, and I hope it works. I find the iPad file system confusing, and I still don't fully understand it. Okay, on my iPad, Procreate. Come on, where is it? Where's that shoe? Not in there. Images. Honestly, come on. This is the least I need. All right, whatever. I just want to get that shoe on here. Procreate. Hold on. Deleted. Why is it not showing up? Okay, I'm gonna send it to my email or something. I'm gonna send it to my email. One more time. Let's just try this again. Oh, come on! I just want to mic down. I just don't want all the hassle. Normally, it's not so difficult. And it depends on what type of image it is as well. Sometimes, oh, here's a good one. That's a good 3D, but it looks, the shoe looks too clumsy. I'm not going for that one. I want a little bit of a sexier type of, this is, all right, maybe I'll try this one. Add to photos. Now I should be able to get it. Okie dokie, let's get out of here. Come on, add, insert photo. There it is. Good, finally. Okay, I will use this. Okay, there's the image that I'm going to use as an inspiration. And turn it down just a wee bit. I'm going to go on top with a new layer, which is this little thing right here. And I'm just going to start sketching this out, but I'm going to change it. But I am going to definitely use some elements. So let's go black. Turn down the opacity, and my brush that I'm using is Studio Pen. It's a default brush. So you can also do the same thing in Photoshop, but the concept is exactly the same. So I'm going to copy where the eye stay, the throat is, and I'm going to modify this. But let's just get the silhouette first. That's cool. This is where my eye stay starts to kick up, and it goes up here. Now the tongue, I can see it's going underneath here, and it's kicking out here. And let's just get this. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with copying this silhouette, because I'm not going to copy all the inners. So I am going to copy the collar, put in this. So I'm going to make sure I get all of the proportions right. Okay, let's do a sole. I cannot copy that, but I can copy the basic line of the sole. And then I'm going to, oh, I accidentally erased. Okay, so that's done. Let's just make sure I'm okay. I'm on a layer. So let's just copy. I'm not going to copy this at all, but I'm going to make it not so high. I'm going to make it a little bit lower, like a normal dunk. Okay, let's just turn off my background. See, all right, it's already looking great, and I can get in there and do my own stuff. So I think I'm good. I'm basically good with that shape. I think it looks freaking awesome. Thank you, Knight. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. I don't want to be inspired by that anymore. Oh, actually, I do. I want to rip off the laces. I'm gonna rip those guys off for sure. Because it's a standard lacing thing. It's not, you know, everyone laces their shoes like this. It's very interesting to trace laces because knowing how laces work is important. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's turn off my shoe to make sure anything else I need on there. Nope. Okay, now turn that off because I don't want any more, I don't want to look at it anymore, otherwise I'll end up copying it too much. So a few little adjustments, like this sole's a little bit weird. So erase out. Okay, and I'm gonna make it kind of a little, this will go all the way down. Curve that guy, curve this guy. I think I'm gonna put a strap in there. So I'm gonna put a strap on the top. So I'm gonna put a big, oh, hair. I think I'm gonna do hair in the collar. But let me just put this in. So it's gonna be a flap going over. That's not greatly original, but I'm gonna make a new layer because I don't wanna screw this underlay up. So I'm gonna put in a strap. I'm gonna put in a buckle up here of some sort. And then I'm gonna have a strap, and I'm just gonna do it superficially for now. Could be Velcro, I haven't decided yet. Okay, so, and now let's cover that up. So I just drew the strap in right there, and what I'm gonna do is underneath it, I'm gonna make a new layer, choose white, and cover up all that's underneath. So turn off the transparency, and I'm just gonna go underneath all of this, jack this thing up hard. And so you can't see all the guts. Okay, so that's my strap. Let's get in there. So that's the white stuff to cover up the underneath. Let's get back into my strap and let's just detail this out. I'm gonna add some, this is just, oops, go back to black, go back to that studio pen, reduce the size because I want the size to be much smaller, reduce opacity because it's just a little fresher to sketch, a little bit wider. So here I'm gonna draw that in leather thickness. So there, and then the leather is attached, and you know it attaches here. So, oops, and you know what? I'm gonna give this a little red accent. So sometimes they put wax on the end of the leather, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put, to help you guys understand about this construction, I'm gonna jack this full blast. I'm gonna turn this into, instead of bright red, I'm going to make it a little bit darker because it's a little bit in a shadow. So here. Strap, and then there's also going to be the same thing on the other side. So there's my, that's going to looks like eyes. That's going to be cool. Okay, and then I'm going to have, okay, so that's my strap. I got that. Let's put in some more important details first. Get the overview of this thing. What I like to do also is I like to do a little side view while I'm at it, just to help get the lines working. So, and this is just a little loosey-goosey. I'm not going to be, I'm not tracing the shoe because I know the shoe pretty well. And I'm just going to just do a side view just so I can kind of figure out how my lines are going to work. Notice the distance between here and here, between the collar and the sole. So I'm going to definitely try to bear that in mind. Okay, and then the collar sticks out. I'm going to change the collar. I don't like that big puffy collar. But so far I have this quarter panel going down, very much like a Vans. I'm definitely inspired by skate stuff because I really think skate shoes are super cool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eyelets, which is normal. 6 eyelets is normal, so I'm going to put that in here. I start off the ends so I can get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. make sure I get all of it lined up, you know, putting that carrot into the drawing. And I'll start building up the lace network right here. So notice how these are fat laces. Notice how they gather as they get into that tiny hole. So that's what that is. And you saw it directly from the photograph, how they gather. So these are going to be eyelets. And I'm going to change this because that's the Nike thing, and I don't want to copy Nike. So anyway, those are my eyelets. I'm going to change that later. Okay, I've got a strap going all the way from here to here. So that's my strap, and I'm going to put it up. It's going to be quite proud. So let's see if that lines up. That basically lines up. I think I need to make this a little bit wider though, to be honest. And then we're going to have buckles and all good stuff up here. Let's do some funky stuff with the sole. Notice how it dives out. You have to show that stuff because that's showing how it's constructed. Let's do it here. And because I have my brush on transparency, I can, a little bit transparent, I can get in this like emotional kind of line darkness. You see, it's this line is darker in here and it goes, because I have the transparency of my brush is controlled here. If I was going full blast black, that's full blast black, but I turn it down really low so I can build up my layers and make more motion. All right, let's just start filling in this stuff. And I need to start, oh, and down under here, because remember, this is the shadow. The sunlight is coming from up here. And so therefore, all of this is shadow. So let's do this while we're at it. Might as well do things. So there's going to be a slight shadow cast underneath that. And so, okay, let's put in, I'm going to put in a strap right in here. And what this is a belt loop. I just thought of it. So it's going to be stitched down here. And so therefore I'm going to erase out all of this because it's underneath. You won't be able to see that strap because it's underneath my belt loop. So there's that. Don't forget the line weight stuff and the shadow. So let's go back to my brush and let's just bust this in. And it's going to be wider here because I'll show you why it's wider. Let me put in the strap here. New layer. I like to put in a lot of new layers because if you make a mistake, it's not such a big deal. Okay, there's that. And let's just make it a little bit nicer. And what happens is, now I'm going to get in there. It goes, and erase out, because what happens is, and this is very important for you people, for you students who are not following how things are built. It goes like this. It goes up, and then it goes, hold on, and then I'll start with this one. It goes up and around, and this side too, up and around, because there's a layer of leather underneath. Okay, so let's just add that leather thickness. Okay, that leather thickness is in there. I'm going to put in some stitching. I'll do this shortly, but I'm just sketching right now, and I will fix this a little bit later. Just so happens that I can't do the square proverbial X, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to design a new one, and it's going to be a triangle. But this one's going to be the proverbial X. And that's, I don't know what's going to happen in there. I'm just going to leave it for now. That's supposed to be stitching, and I will do that here as well. I'll just use my stitch brush when I'm ready. But right now I'm just sketching, and I will get rid of a lot of this stuff later. And in here, a little bit of shading because that's shadow. And you know what? I'm even going to go in here and show that it rises in here as well. So, somebody just coming in? Did somebody just come in?
Yeah, sorry, my laptop died.
Oh, okay. I already got you on the apps. I already got you, didn't I, though, as far as attendance? Okay. So the strap, I'm going to have to cover up the strap underneath. So here, I'm going to make a new layer. I can see because this little red thing, I know that's the layer I'm trying to cover up. So a new layer in front, I'm going to go white and jack this thing. I'm going to jack up the opacity and hide all of that. And also, where else is there? You know, I'm just going to go on the top. I'm tired of dealing with all this. Sometimes layers become a real pain in the neck, and you get confused, and you spend more time jerking around layers. All right. There we go. It's coming together. I've got this. I just, when you haven't, I love this stuff. I love drawing and just exploring. And if you notice, it's very logical how I'm building this thing up and how I design it. And that is something I'm jealous of fashion designers, because they don't have this approach that I do. And I wish I had a freer approach. I'm just bogged down with filters. As we get older, we get these filters. And I have too many of them. But fashion designers are like much more freer. They're doing this craziest stuff. I would never think to do that. Anyway, I need something in here. What's going to go in here? Oh, that's kind of a nice logo. Do you know what? I'm going to be conceited. I'm going to be a real asshole, and I'm going to put my own logo in there. I'm gonna do just my signature. I'm gonna choose a fancy brush, which is calligraphy, and you know calligraphy brushes. They are, let's see, calligraphy brushes. I don't want that type of brush. I want just a really solid digital brush. Oh, down here. This is kind of the thing I think I want. Let's just try it. Wait, hold on. It doesn't do any calligraphy. Let's just try one more brush. Pen brush. Hold it. Does this work? It does work. Let's just try a little bit bigger. See how it gets thicker and thinner? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna be obnoxious. Okay, that's my signature. And I'm gonna put that right in here. A little too big, I'm not that obnoxious. Just turning it. I use this green little pulley to put it into place. Oops, there, I'm done. And I'm gonna turn it down because I don't want it to be stronger than everything else. And I'm gonna duplicate that. Duplicate, move it. I'm gonna put it over here somewhere. I gotta put it, oh, let me just start, new layer. I'm gonna start adding the stuff that I added here. The eye stay, the extra little piece here, and of course I'm gonna put stitching in there. I'll worry about that later. Little shadow underneath there. Okay, and I'm gonna put my logo in there. Oh, where is it? Right here. This guy right here is the moving thing, how you adjust stuff and how you move it around. So I'm gonna make it about the same proportion. And what I would like is, I hope it comes through, but I like how the K goes all the way, and it should go all the way through. So that's gonna be like a line that's gonna go through. Maybe I'll make that red. All right, so I've got my design. A little extra design is gonna be the collar. So I guess I'll make a new layer. And in collars, it depends if it's a high, but for this type of shoe, you need to add this little piece. So this is very important, and it sounds ridiculous, but it is actually important. So now, and it goes like this. And it's really, and it goes here, and it goes around, depending on how thick you want it. That is the collar, but then you see the other side as well. So that's the other side, and I'm going to just fill that in. Okay, so that's the other side, collar. Oh, and then that same type of thing goes in here. You see that, the little padding underneath the tongue. I'm going to have to put in some thickness in here to show that this leather is sticking out. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? This, oh, fuck, I love this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a strap to follow this form language of the strap. I think I'm going to call this the strap on. What's going to happen is I'm going to I'm going to put in this stuff here. I'm going to put in this. Hold on, let's just get my brush a little bit smaller. Oh, I'm on calligraphy brush. No wonder it's so wacky. Studio brush. There we go. Turn that size down. This is the size. This is the opacity. So notice how low opacity it is, but it's also quite small in size as well. Okay, here we go. A little bit smaller, a little bit darker. Yeah, I'm always constantly fixing those elements. So there, and I'm gonna just do exactly like I did with goes down. And you know what? Now I have to modify my shoe because there's not enough stuff to attach this idea. I'm going to continue with my idea, and I'll modify the collar in a second. There's not enough juice. There's not enough area to stitch it right in here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to flatten this whole damn thing. I'm going to grab all these layers. So this is so brilliant. This is even better than Photoshop. So I'm grabbing the topmost layer, right? Grab that, and then underneath you swipe right on all of these guys, and it just makes a group. Okay, this is a group. I'm going to group it. There we go, group. And so what I can do, so now I have this group, and I can click on it and merge, flatten. So I'm just going to flatten this whole thing because I'm tired of dealing with layers. Okay, so that's a very nice thing. Now I'm going to have to modify my collar. So let's just erase that whole, not the whole thing, but I want it to, this is a good height already. Right here, this is a good height. So, but I want it to come up to about here so I can stitch and have a little graphic in here. I'm going to have my logo in there. So you know what? Oh shit, should have not flattened. Let me undo, quick. I need to take this one out because I need that for multiple times. And I'm going to move it. Wait. Okay, this is my logo. I need this out of that group, and I can't. And there's another one. There. This is Brook too. I think that's my signature. So I'm going to move these out. I cannot flatten that. I need those for later. But this, all the stuff below, I'm going to flatten this stuff because I'm going to redraw this and make that a group there. And I'm going to flatten. All right, there we go. And now I should have my logos there. Great. Because what I'm going to do is, when you're doing a side view of a shoe, duplicate. You do stuff like this. You hold on. So you take this thing, and that's the logo, and it's going to go on the back. And what you do is you line it, get 90 degrees, and you put it. Basically, you kind of put it there. I'll show you when I get into it a little bit more, but because that's going to be the back of my shoe. and just do a quick sketch of a back. And this is what you should do as well in terms of, you know, figuring everything out. So, you know, I think I'm going to do it. I need a new layer. And I'm going to line this up a little bit. And I'm just going to do a back view of a shoe, the heel. Okay, it's new layer because I'm going to erase all that construction lines. So here's the sole. And here's how, this is the height that my current collar is going up, but I want to raise it. And then the what's it called, the tongue. This is the height of the tongue. So there, I'm like that's the shape of the back view. It's all going to be dark. Okay, and then I have this strap that's coming up. So I'm going to do a strap that goes up here. And it goes here. And I'm going to put in white inside because I want to cover up all that stuff. Because obviously the strap is in front of all that stuff. This is my logo. I have to lock this. Lock, lock, lock. Oh, I think it's this way. Lock, because otherwise I will screw it up. Cancel. Okay, so there's my thingy, and now I want to put my logo. So, okay, I'm gonna put in some little stitch lines, but I'm just gonna fake it right now. This is an X right in here. I'll do it nicer later, but I just want to get the sketch out first, and then I can start sketching on top of it and make it look nice. A little shading up here. And it dives under. I know it dives under. I don't have to look at it. There, because it does dive under right in here. Okay, so my logo is going to go right in here. It's going to be embroidered. And there's one logo, so I'm going to duplicate that, duplicate, unlock it, unlock, and then move it. Obviously, I captured something else, so I'm just going to cut this out. Cut and paste. Modify it. Just rotate it. Put it in the back here. I'm just going to go around and about here. Make it line up. Okay. I don't know exactly how I'm going to make that work, but there's that, and I need to change the color. So it's all here. I want to make this higher. So I want you to also notice how I change as I see there's issues. I want you to see how it's addressed. So I want to put my logo in there. There's stitching in here. So I have to raise the collar. I'll raise the other side and this sort of thing. And I'll get in there a little bit darker now. Okay. So there we go. I think the sketch is basically done, except, okay, there's going to be stitching in here. I have a stitch brush, which is what I showed you last week as far as Photoshop. I will use that later because that's such a nice thing to do. I guess I'll do it a little bit for now. Here. Now here's something I want to point out. Construction, construction, construction. So I'm going to show exactly how this is made with just a simple side view. Oh, not that brush, I want a hard brush. Okay, it's cut right here. right? And now this, the upper, the toe comes in like that. And so what I'm gonna have to do is erase out this other stuff. Oop. And then I'll erase this out as well. But this is how I'm showing that you can tell how it's constructed now. You can tell that this leather is on top of this leather. And then all of these details right around here, this is one of the very first things you will learn when you go into a job. And if you already know that, you already have a heads up, because most students don't know about this, about all of this, the stuff I'm explaining, how all of these layers and silhouettes, and I'm just telling you from experience and what they're gonna want you to do. And if you go in running, you'll be way better off. That's because you already know this stuff, and you don't have to, they can see that. They obviously see that, and you're more likely to get hired if you do this stuff and earn way more money and move up in the company. All right, so let's get in there. And so, oops, white, let's go black. And here's another example of showing how this thing is constructed. So, and so this is what I'm trying to illustrate. This shape, all of these shapes. And you drawing shoes, existing shoes and bags, that was meant to, maybe I failed by not explaining it enough, but all of this you kind of learn from drawing the bags carefully. All right, so we also have to put in some other details, but I think I'm ready to rock. Now I'm gonna do the whiteout phase. The whiteout phase is where I'm getting white, full blast white, and I'm going in there and I'm erasing out the stuff that I don't want. And it's easier than erasing. I'm just using white on top layer, just getting rid of it. And here I need to modify the lace because I don't want to rip Nike off. Swap this around to black, turn this around, and just put my lace go in there. Let's definitely get some eyelets in there. Oh, that looks like shit. Here it goes. I want them all lined up, you know, carefulness. Okay. So I'm fixing the drawing, and okay, so here's another good example of construction. There's going to be 2 layers of leather here. I'll have to do the whiteout session again in a few minutes, but it goes like this. There's 1 layer right here. Okay, that's 1 layer, and then another layer is underneath. So the eye stay is 1 layer on top. So it's going to have stitching going all the way around. And so I'm showing these 2 layers of, there's going to be shadow under here as well because there's a shadow underneath. But I just want to show that there's 2 layers here so they can easily make this, the marketers, you know, these drawings go to the marketing team and they look at that stuff and they see, they're not good at reading artistic drawings. They have to see it as it is, and and that's another thing. Like, should we invest a few $1,000s building this prototype? You know, you speak to the marketers, say, hey, Billy, whatever, or Janice, or whatever, what do you think of this drawing? Oh, now that would be a great winner. I love how you constructed this and that. And so you have to do all that stuff. All right, I'm gonna flatten this whole thing and just, okay, I think I'm about to flatten this whole thing and just go over it. Because there's not, let's see, what is this? There's that. I'm gonna get rid of these lines in the background because I've just made a background for myself. Okay, here's those background lines. And I'm gonna take those and use them, even though I only use them as construction, I'm gonna use them as a background because they look kind of cool. So I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna just stay within the, just only around the, oh, I need to change my color as well. So I'm gonna use all of that. Oh. as background, and it kind of looks fast. And let me change this color because that's too Nike-like. So where's the shoe? There. Erase out. I don't want it so fat. I don't want it so skater. This is not necessarily skater. I want it to be a little cute tongue like that. Like this one up, like this one. Just small. Something like that. And there's a logo normally up here. Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm going to put in my logo up there. So grab my logo. I knew I'd use it multiple times. Duplicate, move it. Where are you? Oh, there. There, I'm going to put it right in here. Rotate it in. I'll put it in there somewhere. But I'm just putting it in there as a drop, as a placeholder. Okay, now this logo, I'm going to do something about that. Let me find it. I have to go through. This is a bad thing about Procreate is it's hard to find layers, whereas Photoshop is way, way easier. Let's unlock this and make it a little bit, change the position of it just a wee bit. Because I'm going to put a little detail in there. You know what? I don't think, maybe I move it over. If I put it in the middle, down below, I guess here's good enough. And I'm going to put a little stripe in there underneath. So here, new layer. And I'm going to just put, I don't know, if I, maybe that's an extra piece of leather. That could be a nice window. Stitch, 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 stitch. And some fabric in there. Maybe, I don't know yet. I don't know, but let's just put it in here as well. Stitch, stitch, stitch. So I don't know, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, don't forget, we need details on the sole. Stuff like that. Also, you can do it here. So I recommend doing 2 views at the same time because you just kill it better. Okay, so I need some outsole. And it's too dunky right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack it up. I'm going to just, the upper is going to be tied in with the sole. That's one of the things that you do is you kind of try to tie in the upper with the sole. So that's what I'm doing. At least it's a little bit original. I will put in something. Okay, here's my flex point right here. I'll put in some details in there. And I don't know, this is Dunk. Dunk, do this. Dunk, do this. And I don't know if I want to do Dunk. I think I'm going to rip Dunk off on that little part. And as I go around the corner, you start to see that Dunk stuff. But this, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to do any more. Okay, I'll clean this all up shortly. Okay, and guys, you use this logo a lot. I knew I'd use the logo a lot, and you're going to use it a lot when you. So duplicate. Very important to keep your branding. So I'm going to put it back here, right in there, and I'll fix it later, but it's just there as a placeholder. Okay, might as well just get in there a little bit. So what do Dunks do? Because I want to avoid it. They don't have anything on the back. I thought they normally had a logo, but I'm going to do, since you're paying thousands of dollars for a sole, you're going to want to do something. Oh, this is higher. Okay, it goes higher. Because this is higher. You're going to definitely want to do something in there. Definitely put your molding in there, branding, but I'm going to say, this is called the strap-on. So let me just see how to write that. So when you're doing writing, what's that saying? But tune in, turn out, drop out. Tune in, turn off, drop out. Wait. Strap on, strap off, strap off. So I'm just trying to think of something a little bit strappy, strap on. Because there's straps, and strap on is very sexual, but I kind of like that. It's rude. I'm going to do it, strap on. Let's turn this down. In fact, it's going to be one big ass word. Strap. Oh, I need to do this on an extra layer because I'm going to have to shift it around. It's going to be very conservative writing, just to annoy some people. But the people that I want to annoy wouldn't even get it. So, write some mad conservative type. Okay, let's put this in here. I'll fix it later. All right. All right, we're good. We're good as far as the basic shoe drawing. It looks kind of cool. I'm going to put it all together now. I'm going to take all my logos though, and I'm going to put them all up here, safe and sound, because I will need them later. There's another logo I can just tell with the thumbnail. And finally this one. And on this, so from now on, all of this down here, I'm going to merge it all together. Here we go. All right, I'm going to have a quick, I'm going to grab a quick refill, have a quick break. I still got an hour to finish this guy off. And just bear with me for a sec while I just get a quick little coffee. And crank on some tunes as well, because I'm all in those tuning type moods. Okay, just about there, just need to go. Okay, before I get started again, I want to find out, is this useful for people? Are you understanding what I'm doing? As far as, do you have any questions? Excuse me, do you have any questions? Okay, good. Okay, let me put on some music. Getting in the mood. Hey, but you see how much an iPad just absolutely kicks a lot of rump. It really does. I mean, you just cut a lot of crap out of the way. Okay, so YouTube. Oh no, okay. Oh, I know, great mix. I might even have to pump this one. Okay, I'm gonna put all these in the logos. I'm gonna put all the logos into, I'm gonna make a group so I can not mess with that. This is my drawing. I'm gonna take that one and this one and I'm gonna move it. So I'm gonna move it into the center of my page so it makes a nice presentation. Okay. Okay, let's get going. I forgot one thing. So I'm gonna move on to my drawing and then put this behind my background. I mean, it's gonna, that's that little thing, the pull tab. You know what would be even better is in my logos, I'm gonna change this little logo and make it go up and down because it doesn't fit. I wanna blow my name up. There it is, there, rotate. It's gonna go all up here like an obnoxious beast. Off to the side a little designery. Okay, I'm fine. So this other logo, let's just find it. This is annoying. I fully admit this is annoying. Oh, it's no longer there anymore. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's start doing some basic. Oh, I need to design this part. Oops. New layer. Get out of that. I'm gonna lock this. Lock this. I'm just gonna get on here. I'm gonna put this in this part. It's gonna be a little bit raised. I want it to be a piece of rubber on top. It's going to stick out a little bit. Okay. There's going to be a little groove in here. Now I have to put that in. It lines up with my upper right in here. So I'll undo that and I'll line this up here. This is the outsole. Keeping it parallel with the top of the upper, I mean top of the midsole. It sticks out here. Crank this up. And I'm going to erase out this. Okay, erase out this because there's a mistake. What else? My logo's in there. Oh, and I've got this part in here. The shank, some little detail in here. Oh, it's going to line up with my it's going to line up with my strap. Actually, it's going to be dope as hell. So it's going to be a hole. This comes in here. So what I'm going to have is a strap going underneath. So stitchy, 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 stitchy. Comes in actually here. Erase out this. Erase out this whole bottom. So that's stitchy, stitchy underneath. So it's going to be leather. You can see a little bit of that background, and I'll just shade that in. It's underneath of this shoe. So the bottom is going to be freaking dope. Let's move this whole thing. Oops. Let's move this whole thing up because I'm going to do a quick. Oh, I've locked it. I've locked this thing. Unlock it. Unlock. The reason why is because I'm going to do a quick bottom view. Might as well. Let's see how much I can get of this. Okay, bottom gallery. Oh no, I had a dunk. Okay, let's go Google quick. Get those proportions. Nike dunk sole. Search. Perfect. Please download in the right place. Download image. Please go into my. Oh, Nike. Please download. Open, add to photos. Yes, now we go. I don't know if I did it. Add to photos. Okay, thank you. Let's go back to here. My drawing. Shit, where's my drawings? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna insert that sole. Insert photo. It's not there. Sorry. Why won't you save into the right area? Add to photos. Checking photos. There it is. Okay, good. It should be there. I don't know why I cannot find it. Just to double check, I'm going to share it into my Procreate just to make sure I get it. Okay, let's get back into here. Gallery, it should be in my gallery now. There it is, finally. I just have to do this in an old-fashioned way. I'm gonna, because copy, and I'm gonna paste it back into my other one right here. Paste. And I want it to be reversed, so I'm gonna flip it because I want it to line up with this. I'm eyeballing it. Doesn't have to really, I'm gonna just eyeball this. Okay. Now let's see, turn it on multiply so you can see. Okay, because I do want to have a little, I'm gonna just trace that new thing. And I'm just gonna trace it because I wanna show, make sure I'm not drawing on that. I want to show that strap idea that's going into the shank. So this is the beauty and the fun of sketching, because you discover and you get excited as you go. So when I started joining the dots and like putting in the strap in and then it goes underneath, it's just a natural flow thought process. I'm not going to get into the tread. All I'm going to do is just focus on, I'm just going to focus on this shank stuff. So the shank, and then so strap, there's going to be a strap in there. Okay, let's turn off my shoe now, my underlay. Okay, so what this is going to be is, it's going to, turn that off. Get back to my, okay. So the strap comes in and it comes around because it's coming from above, it's coming from here and around. So I'm going to put that in. Okay. That's my strap, and then it's going to go right in here. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to get the idea. Strap comes in here, and I'll put stitchy in there just so I remember. Okay, and I'll erase out some of this stuff so you don't see underneath there. Don't see underneath there. Just erase out a few of these things. All right, might as well erase. Okay. Okay, so the strap comes in. It goes underneath. All right, cool. All right, let's flatten this thing. You know, I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break this apart a little bit because I'm thinking about composition now. I'm gonna cut the shoe out. Control cut and paste. And I'm gonna move it because I have a plan. I'm gonna bring this down here and I'm gonna move my sole up so it lines up with, let's just see that all lines up and make sure it's the same, oops, make sure it's the same kind of width. There, okay, that's cool. Oh, rotate it around a little so it's a little bit more straighter. Move it up. So I've got that nicely done. And you know what? I'm going to use this shoe right here, and I'm going to move it just so it can cover up the sole a little bit, just so give it that little 3D. It's my money shot right here, so it's going to be big. All right. And I think I can merge everything together. Let's just go back to my logos before I do that. Logos right in here. That works. That one is the one I need to move. In there. And then this, I don't know what, well, let's just see what I need to move around. All right, I'm good. I'm gonna flatten everything except for my logos. And even, well, I might as well keep it, I might as well keep these separate, you know? Let's just move my sole drawing into here. Might as well, because at least I can move them around. So I've got my sole, I've got my shoo, and I've got my side view and my back view. And let's just move this back view over. So let's just go back, just might as well get the composition correct. Move that over. So now I have a nice little set, a three set. Looks a little high to me. All right, fine. And I guess since I'm here, I might as well do this. Okay, so I'm all good. Okay, let's start the airbrush process. How are we? 10:30, got an hour. So that's my logos. Rename logos. Keep it a little bit organized. Logos. And I'm gonna put this all underneath. I'm gonna make that a group. And okay. I'm gonna turn these each one down also in volume. I mean in opacity. So bring down that sole. Bring down the shoe. The shoe. Bring that the shoe. And then the top. Bring that all down. Okay, and this is a little bit too much too. Okay, now I'm gonna start working on this. Let's turn off that stupid logo. There's one logo. That one. I'm gonna grab that and just put it into place quickly. Yeah, it goes right in here. Okay, and then also I'm just getting all this stuff lined up before I start doing airbrush. All right, airbrush time. So this is logos. This is my shoe stuff. Close that. Keep it a little organized. Move my reference material. So I will show this reference material. I'll show this and I will show this to my boss and say, look, this is the last I want, this sole shape I want. So I will keep all that, but I'll deal with it later. All right, airbrush. I need a color scheme. I think I'm going black and white, and red only. Just keep it simple. So I'm gonna go right onto the very top, a new layer. I'm gonna choose an airbrush and I'm just gonna do the overall shading. So let's just test it, test the brush, crank it a little. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start off with this one right here. And I'll make each one a separate layer. So I'm gonna start giving it a little shading around this edge. And let me erase this out just roughly around the edge. So these principles apply for Photoshop as well. Just a different tool. And then this side as well. Okay, and let's just turn this layer down. I'm just gonna start racking up mad layers. New layer, airbrush, I'm still working on this. Gets dark on the sole. Erase that out. Oh, shoot. I have to get a little bit careful in here. It's going to be just a quick sketch, all right? I'm not going to go super tight. Okay, so it starts to look a little bit 3D now. a new layer. So I'm gonna airbrush the upper. So it kind of tucks in here, right in there, and I'm good with that. Now I'm just gonna erase out on the sole because, okay, so that adds a little something, something. It basically looks 3D now, and I think I'm good with that. And you know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna just merge all this. Okay, there's my, so I'm gonna turn that off for now. I'm gonna start a new layer. Now I'm gonna render up the side view. All I want is a new layer. All I want is this one rendered and this one rendered. I'm not gonna render this. I might render that, but I don't think so. I don't think I'll have time. So now let's start rendering this. Once again, go around the exterior of the chute. Give it that little 3D type of element. I'll load a song. Great house. All right. Oh no, this is not. This is New York. Go around those laces. You know those nooks and crannies? Okay, a little bit underneath. Just a little bit, subtle. Okay, upper's done. New layer. I'm gonna do the lower, the midsole. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. And a little bit in here, just subtle, because it's the shank. And erase out. Damn it. Okay, that's cool. Let's turn it down a little bit. It's too obnoxious. And this one is a little bit too obnoxious too. Turn it down a little bit. Just keep it subtle. All right. Okay. Okay, color block. I'm gonna do a few color blocks. This is red, this is white, red and white shoe. Underneath here, go red, a little bit like that. And I'm gonna go for a hard brush, and I'm gonna go full blast. I'm gonna do the color blocks. Oh, I need the hard brush. Full blast. fill it up. Do all of this leather edged, and that's going to be just a subtle color pop.
Take what you got. What you do with what you have. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't what you do. It's how.
And a little bit under here. A little bit underneath here because and you might see a little bit on top. I'm going to make the collar red. Let's make this multiply. Multiply gives it a little bit of transparency. Oh. And it's going to be that whole lining. Okay, what else? Hold on, I see an issue. I screwed up on one little part, and let's just erase it. This one.
There's no reason to go back to props. A lot of good music going on in the house, man. And I think I always contributed to jazz music. I came up listening to a lot of jazz.
And erase out. And underneath the strap, you won't see that piece. But you will definitely see this here. The thickness of leather as it goes around. Good with that. I want all my leather outlined. And then there's another layer of it here. Leave it. Leather in here. Try again. Same with this side. It's out. Leather, leather, leather. This can be more right in here. In here. In here. Erase it out so it's nice and neat. Okay. What other leather parts? Okay. I got to figure out what color is the sole going to be. So I'm going to do a new color block. And I think I want it to be black. So I'm going to go black. I think I want the midsole to be, white, I think. I'll make this perfectly straight here. Perfectly straight till it gets about here. And then I'm going to start the transition of it going up. Just a beautiful, sexy shape. Okay. It kicks off back here a little too much, so let's just fix that. There. Oh my God, this thing's gonna look. Oh. Now I'm on the black layer, so I'm just doing all black color blocks. I'm gonna be careful to
Hey,
follow.
Brook.
Yeah.
So you know how you keep on doing that bucket fill?
Yep.
Yeah, so on Procreate, when I try that, it's actually not doing that for me. Like, I'll tap it in like the little shape that's enclosed, and then it doesn't work.
So what happens is you have to make sure you fill. Sometimes there's like a pixel that you didn't. Here, I'll show you. You have to make it a closed fence, otherwise the black will escape. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You have to, if there's a little hole, like, all right, right there. I might not have noticed that little hole. You see that little hole in there?
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going. Let's see what happens.
And then what is your pixel set to?
I don't know how to set the pixels. It's just, basically this is the default. So gallery, when I click this, there's a screen size. It's just the default, and I just use that always. I haven't made any new things. I just use the default, I think, and I just use screen size, and it's 132 DPI, unfortunately, but it allows me to have a lot of layers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's 132 DPI default size. Hey, so, but anyway, Steve, let me show you. So I'm gonna try to fill this up, and it's not working because I have a little tiny hole right here. And so when I fill that up, then it'll do my sole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's just fix. And so you want to get into details like these tiny little curves, because and make sure everything's nice and smooth. Otherwise, your drawing's not going to look great. Okay, so here's my sole. My sole here, and my sole is going to go right in here. Oh, black. And since it's a layer on top, notice how I'm making it go outside a little bit, because it's like an extra layer. It's not smooth. It's an extra layer, like an extra layer of leather. Okay, fill that in. Oh, and you know, make sure that your corners are the same. Like this side needs to match this side, unless you purposely don't want that. Okay, so there's my sole. Okay, now I'm gonna start getting into some my red and my black. Anything else black? Just looking around. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I had this idea. I'm going to do a stylish asymmetrical stripe on the red. Let's go to red. Now, what I was thinking about was something like this. And erase that out. It's an asymmetrical stripe, and I'm going to do that with all my straps. And here, it'll be, I think not all of them. It'll be too much if I do all of them. But the beautiful thing is we can try it out. Oops, let's just erase out the garbage. I think that kind of looks cool. Let's just see if I do one more. And I'm going to do it on a separate layer, but let's just see what happens if I do it twice. Does that look cool? I don't think so. I think it looks cooler like that. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it here also, on the side here. Just find the right thickness. And erase out the garbage. But then get in there and tweak it out. So it comes into a nice curve. Let's go black for a sec. Because I have to figure out how this goes around. And erase out. Hey, you know what I do? We were going to do before COVID. Have you ever heard of my sketch battles? I know, Lauren, you have. But anyway, we went to New York City for the auto show with one of my sketch battle parties. They're basically very funky, cool parties. Techno, blasting, all types of people there. And it's a sketching contest because sketching is actually competitive. Whoever has the best sketch gets the best job. So anyway, we had this competition, college students and stuff. And we went to New York City doing the auto show, but there was also big fashion shows going on. And so all these fashion people came to our show because we got friends in there in that area. And they came to my show and they're like, oh my God, we're going to have to do a sketch battle with fashion. And I said, hell yes. Aki's like, Brook, please, can I do one of your sketch battles? And I said, absolutely. And that was all before COVID. But anyway, I celebrate with these parties. I celebrate designers as athletes. Sorry, this is kind of a little tricky. I have to get a little in there. This is my strap. Because as athletes, you know, I especially in the transport design world, but in any world, sketching is very competitive. And generally, whoever has the best sketch gets the best job. All right, so it's coming together. Now I'm really gonna reduce the brightness of this this drawings. So here, logos, not logos. These are my 3 drawings. I'm gonna really reduce this thing now because I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna just focus on this 3/4 one right here. All right, so new layer. I'm gonna make a definite strong line. Let's just test it. Down here. Oh, and here's the thing in Procreate. You can do this thing called smoothing. So, okay, here's the brush, Studio Pen. This is a default pen in Procreate. So, but there's no buts about it. It's just a default pen. I'm not jacked with it or nothing. So, but you click on this and you click streamline, and this will smooth your thing out. So notice I'm going to try to do a nice smooth line around the sole. Just give it a little bit more thickness. So that's a really nice line. Okay, so let's get to my red layer and erase out some of the badness. You know, as you go, just kind of fix stuff. And then there's this red one here. Oh, this one I'm going to extend this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I've got my sole done. Okay, now I'm just going to get really sketchy now. I'm just going to get really like loose and start putting in shadows, and it's going to be a little bit of a mess. Okay, there's a shadow underneath here. There's a shadow underneath here. Remember, this sticks out a little bit. Hold on, I'm screwing up. Let's just erase this stuff out. Shoot, it's on the wrong layer. I hope that's not on an important layer. I've got a little mistake right here. Let's just quickly, just go through it. There it is. Just erase it. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go really fast and flip through brushes and all this stuff to just do what I need to do. So here's a little shadow under here. Oh, come on. Turn this guy right down and erase out. Oh shit, come on. All right, brush, 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 brush. Okay, erase out, because there's shadows underneath there, you know, as we've talked about many times, shadow situation. Goodness, where else? Oh, let's put in a little bit of a shadow here. I'm just gonna whack in the, shoot, I'm gonna just whack in the shadows because it tucks in underneath there, so there's gonna be a little bit of a shadow in there because that strap tucks in. So that's what that is. Hold on. Erase all that stuff. So that looks kind of cool. A little bit more around the sole because the sole kind of is over the, let's just erase that. The sole goes over the leather, obviously the upper. So I put a little shadow in there. Okay, that's a little extra 3D. Let's do something a little extra with the sole. I'm gonna just render the sole up a little bit more. That's cool. A little bit back here. And erase out. Oop. Okay. It's a little bit harsh, so I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it way down because I'm actually going to duplicate this, and I'm just going to erase out the top. so you get that reflection. Oh. It goes around the sole. Okay. Now what? Oh, shadows. Okay, now I'm gonna go a new layer. Now this is a good trick. If you whack your brush up all the way, hold on, let's just test this. Brush. Now this is a very good trick if you wanna remain consistent. So notice how this brush is a little transparent right now. If I crank it up full blast, it's black, black, black. Turn it down, it's low transparency. That's obvious. But what if you wanna start doing something mono? So for example, I'm gonna jack this up full blast. There it is, full blast. And now I'm just gonna turn my layer down. So everything will remain consistent. So watch what I'm talking about. And so I'm adding an extra layer here because, you know, hold on, let's just get rid of some of this stuff. It's like there. So all my shadows now are going to be this, are going to be consistent. So there's a shadow underneath the strap. Oops. Over here. There's going to be shadow underneath here because there's a bridge there. It's going to be a little bit. That's because I have this layer on. So if I was going full black, that's what it looks like. But I'm not. I'm turning it down so it's not so obnoxious. Inside here is going to be. Okay, where else are shadows? Sure, there's more shadows. Oh, inside here. Oh, I forgot to do the red over here. So let's do that. Red layer. And red. Okay. And I forgot also to do the color. What's this red thing? Oh, okay. Got to do this whole red thing. Fill that in. Okay. And I'll do a buckle in there. I'll do a black buckle just so I can really see what the hell's going on. So I don't know exactly what's going to go on here. Come on, let's go for that. Brush. Oh, full blast. Why doesn't it go full blast? New layer. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just going to do an outline. Oh, it's going to be a big boy. It's going to be a big buckle. Let's just try again. It's not going to be that big. Let's just try it one more time. A little bit thinner. Okay, and I'll erase out where you don't see it. Oh, shoot. Oh. You won't see it around. You have to be very careful about this stuff. You won't see it in there. there. So this is it, and then around here. So, you know, just by the exercise of doing the drawing the hardware, it'll help you, if you did it correctly, it'll help you really figure this stuff out. Hold on. So this is all covered up, and the strap comes here. I don't know, I'm gonna figure that out in a little while, but at least I've got something there. Let's put in these laces. I'm gonna go gray laces for now, because I can always adjust the colors later. I'll fill them all in. I don't think I want them gray, but I just needed that color variation too. Oh, that looks like crap. There's too much of a gap. I'm gonna start over. Those suck. Delete. Let's try again. No, it just happens like that. Oh, actually, I'll just, yeah, okay, there we go. Let's try one more time. I want them to be spaced out nicely. Fill all those in. Hope it works. But these are much better spaced. Okay. I will erase out the stuff in a few minutes. How are we with time? 11:08. What time does this class finish? 11:30 or 11:08? 11:15. 11:15. Shoot, I didn't finish. Well, anyway, that's where I got, and I'll finish it. Gosh, I wish I could finish it. I don't have time. But anyway, so okay. Come on, turn this down. All right. I didn't finish my drawing, and class is up. But so let's say I spent 2.5 hours on this. I've got 4 views. I have. This is how to like maximize on your time. And don't be lazy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got everything I need for a shoe. I designed it completely from scratch, except for I did use a down. I did use the proportion of the dunk. And it'll take me another 2 hours to finish this thing, and it'll be sweet. And so I think I'll do that next week. Yeah, on Tuesday's homework day. But I want to finish this. I've got a big project I got to do this afternoon and this evening. Anyway, whatever. I don't know what I'll do with this yet. But I do want to finish it with you. But you see the process of all of this stuff and putting care into it and thinking about things as you go. And it takes practice and experience, of course. But I'm trying to instill with you guys to just Don't take the easy way out. You know. All right. So I guess we can call it. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Yeah, so just a quick question. What do you want for the homework for Tuesday?
Do you have any projects going on? Okay. How about? Yeah. What's your project situation like?
Well, we're kind of just working on tech packs right now for collection design.
Okay.
And then we're making our bags. So pretty much we're kind of just like not really drawing anymore right now.
All right. I'll leave it up to you. Whatever you want to do. Give me 7 pages of drawings. Not just some. Oh, Steve, do some under. Do a bottom. Do a nice bottom or something. Something. Do a bottom. Those of you that didn't do a bottom, do a bottom. No tracing. I mean, yes, trace as much as you want, but don't copy any more bags or shoes. Don't really copy them. If you copy the silhouette, change them significantly, like I tried to demonstrate today. But okay, so do more of a whole project, like a set of thumbnails, and then develop it into some nice orthographics. And in orthographics, what I mean is, this is orthographic: side view, back view, bottom view. But normally don't do back view. You can do a top view sometimes of a shoe, which can really show some fun asymmetrical elements. So, okay, you do thumbnails, create and have one design that you like, whether it's a bag or a shoe. And then next is development. So develop that thumbnail into perhaps these 3 views, or go straight into 3D. If you want to trace a bag, trace a shoe, whatever. So you can go into the development and then just kind of render it up however you can with either digital or manual. I need 7 pages, but that's a basic process that I would look for. Let's just see you go from thumbnail, original idea, all the way through to somewhat of a decent drawing. Is that cool? Do I need to write it down because some of you don't listen?
No, that makes sense.
All right, awesome, Steve. And everyone else is good? All right, cool. I will see you. Have a great weekend and chill out a little bit. Now your midterms are over, and I will see you on Tuesday.
All right, you have a good one.
You too,
Okay,
guys.
bye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, for me, it's awesome. It's all about me. You like my jokes when I say, it's all about me, guys. You can't make me look like shit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, me too. Oh, good morning, my beautiful woman. Everyone's watching just for that. Do we have any snickeroos? Maybe. I think I just got one actually. Now I think about it. All right, I'm gonna go get some. We have to go do some stuff. Let's go get some stuff. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. Oh, I'm gonna take you to the. I'm gonna take you laundry.
Also, you have to prepare because when you teach it, when is your next class starting?
12:30.
It's not really working. You know, because we have to put up the stuff as well.
Well, I have to go to this place for sure.
Yeah. Well, what if you do it after your class? Or tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, you see. Because you know what I mean, right?
Totally.
What should I use as well?